find your places. As we gather together on this Shabbat afternoon towards the end of the day, to end the day with a great blessing, and that's as we welcome Lillian Imley into the adult Jewish community as a Bat Mitzvah. So Lillian, let me be the first to wish you many mazel tovs today, as you'll get throughout the course of the afternoon. We're really thrilled to be able to celebrate with you and your mom and dad and your sister and grandparents and family and friends from all over the place. Good, giggle now, that's good, okay? So our Shabbat afternoon service, you'll be able to follow along in the prayer book that is in front of you called Mishkan Tefillah. Anytime we are in the book, either Lily or I will tell you exactly where we are so that you can follow along. The liturgy for a Shabbat afternoon service is very limited, so we'll actually be getting into the meat of the service, the Torah service and the teaching very soon. But until we get to that point, I do invite you to please be full participants to the best of your ability. Come along, sing along, read along, and really be with us today. So as we prepare, before we even begin the service, it's my pleasure to invite Eric and Tracy up to the bima, where they will present to Lillian her talit, her prayer shawl, which is one of the first ritual obligations that she will take upon herself as a bat mitzvah.
Would you hold that?
Yes, I will.
Hi, Lillian. Good afternoon.
I wrote some words down. Hold on for a second. Lillian, it's Mom and my wish that this talit will represent to you Sukkot Shalom, a shelter of peace. It says that you are now a woman, and many decisions you will now make on your own. But Mom and I, and the rest of the family, and the community, are still here to guide you through these decisions. The best advice I can give you is to embrace the teachings of Judaism, to help continue to build your already strong ethical core. To quote Rabbi Hillel in the Talmud, "What is hateful to yourself, do not do to another." That is the whole Torah, the rest is commentary. So that is very important to us, you know, and we've seen you take on so many of those ethical cores, whether it's Gemilut Hasidim or loving kindness, or Tikkun Olam, to make the world a better place. We have seen you already build this ethical core, and it just looks like a wonderful trajectory to Mom and I. And we love you very much, and here's your talit.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehitatef batzitzit.
Amen. Great. Thank you.
So I'm not sure if you saw just the whole array of paparazzi that we have in the very back row here taking pictures and video. Believe me, they paid a lot of money for that, so we can ask everyone else to put your own cameras and cell phones away, okay? We're going to get the official photography, but no, seriously, we do ask you that we do leave the photography during our service to the professionals who will be taking photos, so thank you for helping out with that. As we prepare to continue our service, it's my pleasure to invite Heidi Mendez and Nora McFarland to share a reading.
We thank you, O God, for our family and friends and what we mean and bring to one another. We are grateful for the bonds of loyalty and affection which sustain us and keep us close to one another no matter how far apart we may be. We thank you for implanting in us a deep need for one another and for giving us the capacity to love and care. Help us to be modest in our demands of one another, but generous in our giving to each other. May we never measure how much love or encouragement we offer. May we never count the times we forgive.
May we always be grateful that we have one another and that we are able to express our love in acts of kindness. Keep us gentle in our speech. When we offer words of criticism, may they be chosen with care and spoken softly. May we waste no opportunity to speak words of sympathy, of appreciation, of praise. Bless our family and our community of loved ones with health, happiness, and contentment. Above all, grant us the wisdom to build a joyous and peaceful home in which the awareness of your presence will always abide.
Our service continues with Ashrei, Psalm 145, on page 338. Page 338.
Ashrei yoshvei betecha, od yehalelucha selah. Ashrei yoshvei betecha, od yehalelucha selah. Ashrei, Ashrei, Ashrei yoshvei betecha. Ashrei, Ashrei, Ashrei yoshvei betecha. Happy are those who dwell in your house. They will sing your praises forever. Happy are those who dwell in your house. They will sing your praises forever. Ashrei yoshvei betecha, od yehalelucha selah. Ashrei yoshvei betecha, od yehalelucha selah.
Please stand if you are able and join in for Tefillah on page 344.
Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi agiteilatecha. Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi agiteilatecha. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avotenu Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, El Hagadol, Hagibor Hanora, El Elyon, Gomer Hasadim Tovim, Vekonei Hakol. וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם לעזרת סבא. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע, משליט הרוח ומוריד הגשם, מחדל חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, צומח נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומי דומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצניח ישועה, ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל. Baruch atah Adonai, mechayeh hakol.
Your might, O God, is everlasting. Help us to use our strength for good and not evil. You are the source of life and blessing. Help us to choose life for ourselves and our children. You are the support of the falling. Help us lift up the fallen. You are the author of freedom. Help us to free the captive. You are our hope in death as in life. Help us to keep faith with those who sleep in the dust. Your might, O God, is everlasting. Help us to use our strength for good, for blessing and not for curse, for life and not for death, for abundance, not want. Baruch atah Adonai, mechayei hakol.
נקדש את שמך בעולם, כשם שמקדישים אותו בשמי מרום, ככתוב על יד נביאך, וקרא זה אל זה ואמר, קדוש, 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 אדוני צבאות, מלוך כל הארץ, כבודו. אדיר אדירנו אדוני, אדוננו מאדיר שמך בכל הארץ. ברוך כבוד אדוני ממקומו. אחד הוא אלוהינו, הוא אבינו, הוא מלכנו, הוא מושיענו והוא ישמיענו, ברחמיו לעיני כל חי. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, ימלוך אדוני לעולם, אלוהיך ציון לדור ודור. הללויה. לדור ודור, לדור ודור, לדור ודור נגיד גוד לך. לדור ודור, לדור ודור, לדור ודור נגיד גוד לך. ולנצח נצחים, ולנצח נצחים, קדושתך, קדושתך תקדיש. ולנצח נצחים, ולנצח נצחים, קדושתך, קדושתך נקדיש. לדור ודור, לדור ודור נגיד גוד לך. לדור ודור, לדור ודור נגיד גוד לך. ושבחך אלוהינו מפרינו לא ימוש, לעולם לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
Please be seated. We continue silently through page 361 or with the prayers from your hearts.
עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ויאמרו
I haven't said anything yet. Shabbat Shalom. There's a famous story about the renowned physicist named Isaac Rabi. Every afternoon when he returned from school, his mother would not ask him, "What did you learn in school today?" but rather, "Did you ask a good question today?" In 1944, Isaac Rabi won a Nobel Prize in physics. So Lillian, can you see why asking a good question is so important and where it may even lead you? Now, for the past few months, Lillian and I have been exploring the verses of Torah that she will chant shortly. She has asked good questions throughout our time together. We've also discussed other things as well, and as is our custom here at Temple Bethel, I've invited Lillian to ask me a question about any facet of Judaism that she wanted to know more about today. So Lillian simply wants to know. Simply, right, Lillian? If God spent all of this time creating the earth, why are so many bad things happening to it? Now, Lillian, this is an important question. And part of me wants to provide a very simple and short answer. Bad things are happening because of us, human beings. Shabbat Shalom. However, Lillian, I do have a few more minutes to fill. I know you can't get to the DoubleTree till like 6 or 6:30, so I might as well go on for a few more minutes. I'm going to try to explore this a little more deeply. Now, one of the other questions you asked in relationship to this one was, why doesn't God help our planet today as God did during biblical times? And that's when I reminded you of Noah and the flood. When God first created the world, as described in the first chapter of the book of Genesis, God took 6 days to separate light from dark, create the sun and the moon and the stars, separate the earth into areas of water, land, and sky, create land animals, birds, fish, bugs, everything else that creeps and crawls on the earth. And on the 6th day, the last day before Shabbat, God created us, human beings. And on the 7th day, God rested. Now, Lillian, for 10 generations, from Adam and Eve to Noah, those 10 generations, these human beings that God created slowly contributed to the ruin of society and the planet. People became wicked and violent. They demeaned each other, they demeaned our planet. So much so that by the time Noah came around, God had enough and destroyed our world through the flood, sparing only Noah and his family and pairs of every animal except dinosaurs, of course. That example, Lillian, shows that God did not help the planet and instead chose to start over with a new crop of people. God also promised never to destroy the planet again by flood, but that didn't say anything about earthquakes, hurricanes, wildfires, tornadoes, or any other natural disaster that has fallen upon our country or the world for that matter. Later in the Torah, verses in the book of Deuteronomy speak of our responsibility to protect the earth. Specifically, it prohibits destroying fruit-bearing trees when an army is besieging a city. And this verse has become the model for the Jewish environmental movement. After all, if in the case of war, one must care for the trees on the ground, which will last longer than the war, all the more so we should care for the earth at all times. The problem, of course, Lillian, is that we, as a human race, are doing a terrible job of caring for the earth. This is because God endowed human beings with the ability to exercise free will. And since we were created, it has been up to us to use our God-given gifts to make our world a better place. Now, I think you'd agree that the majority of humankind uses these gifts for good. We've used our God-given knowledge to make extraordinary discoveries, develop cures for diseases, unleash great artistic creativity, and utilize the best impulses within us to be a force for good in our world. Our knowledge has also taught us how to drill for oil, mine for coal, create fossil fuels that powers our planet, and often to the detriment of our planet. Of course, when most people create something new or make a discovery, their desire is to make our society better with that discovery. Sometimes, however, unintended consequences lead to these discoveries being used for nefarious purposes. Those who developed atomic and nuclear energy, for example, did not intend their work to be used to make weapons of war. But that's what has happened with some. Now, Lillian, I do not believe that early pioneers of our energy industry considered that their products would cause great harm to our planet. However, we've discovered the destructive power of emissions from vehicles and factories, and today, we're seeing the harmful effects of pollutants on our environment, as global warming seems to be causing, or at least contributing, to extreme weather conditions in our country. When Houston, for example, has 3 once-in-a-century floods in 5 years, you know that Houston, we have a problem. Lillian, you ask, where is God in all of this? Why isn't God doing anything? Well, Lillian, I believe that God is watching and weeping over what we, God's creatures, are doing to God's planet. But because God doesn't intervene today the way God might have thousands of years ago, it's up to us to either change course or head down a road that may continue to ruin our planet and even require the extreme solution of, wait for it, planetary evacuation. See, I told you I'd work it in, right? Inside joke, ask her afterwards. So yes, Lillian, bad things are happening to our planet. And oftentimes, we are the cause. Our leaders aren't helping us either when too many in positions of power deny that climate change is real or seek to repeal environmental protections and remove our country from international treaties. So Lillian, it's up to you and your generation of friends who are here today and future generations to help get our nation and our world back on track. It's up to you to use your creativity and your ingenuity to develop solutions to the problems that we face in our world today. Perhaps you'll be able to create and build some great robot that will help to make our world and our planet a better place. Lillian, you and your generation can work to reverse the path that we seem to be taking and bring more good rather than bad into this world and help turn God's tears into a smile. Lillian, it's up to us to work together, to fight against the forces that ignore the true peril that our planet is facing, so that we can be sure that the world we leave for our children and our grandchildren is protected and viable in the generations to come. And I know that you, Lillian, will do great work in helping to protect our planet and make it a better and healthy place. Amen. Shabbat Shalom. So in just a couple of minutes, Lillian will come up to the bima and will take Torah in her hand, and she will then chant verses from the Torah and teach us what she's learned from these verses today. Now, when we open the ark right here, you'll see that inside there are 4 Torah scrolls, and each one contains the same exact words of the first 5 books of Moses, the books of Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. However, the scroll from which Lillian will chant today is one that we only use when a young person becomes bar mitzvah at the age of 13 or confirmed after the 10th grade year. It's a Torah scroll that was rescued from the embers of the Holocaust following World War II. It used to be used in a vibrant congregation in the Czech town of České Budějovice, where every Shabbat the community would gather like we are today, and a young person would chant from the Torah, perhaps becoming and entering into the Jewish community the way that Lillian is today. However, during World War II, when Hitler and the Nazi army went to ransack all of Europe, including the Czech Republic, they went through towns and villages all over, Germany, Czech Republic, Poland, beyond, and they would destroy synagogues, they would round up the Jewish communities, send them to concentration camps or even death camps, destroy everything that was there, but oftentimes take some of the sacred objects like Torah scrolls and other fineries in the synagogue. And the idea was to hold it and then to maybe keep it as treasure for what they had hoped to do, which was to destroy the Jewish community worldwide. Now, when the folks in České Budějovice knew that some bad things were happening, they took their Torah scrolls and they sent them up to the great synagogue in Prague, where they stayed for some time. And after World War II, these scrolls found their way to the Westminster Synagogue in London. There they sat in a basement, basically unattended, until the 1960s, where someone had this idea to take these Torah scrolls and to lend them on permanent loan to synagogues all throughout the world. And if you go to a lot of synagogues today, you might see one of these Holocaust scrolls in a display case in the lobby or the foyer of a synagogue as a historical memory of a time in past generations where Jewish communities thrived and no longer do. However, some communities like ours benefit from having a scroll that is still in good enough condition that we can actually read and chant from it. The reason why we use this Torah scroll for a bar or bat mitzvah or confirmation is because it's that powerful reminder that Am Yisrael Chai, that the Jewish people still live. You see, back in the 1940s, Hitler wanted to wipe out the Jews of the world. And he did succeed in eradicating about 1/3 of the Jewish community in Europe. But he didn't fulfill his goal, and we are here today to pass on the tradition yet to another person who becomes bat mitzvah, to show that we still remain a vibrant, thriving community, and that we have a wonderful future ahead of us with people like Lillian leading the way. So Lillian, in a moment you will take this Torah in your hand, but before you do, I'd like you to come forward and to share your bat mitzvah pledge. Okay? I'll bring this one down. You can see it in front of you. It'll be easier. Okay?
Okay. I am about to receive the gift of Torah and share in the sacred responsibility of teaching Torah to others. I am able to do this because I have studied and because I have made a commitment to the value of learning. In order for me to grow as a Jew and share with others the blessing I have received, I accept the responsibility to continue with my Jewish education through confirmation and perhaps even beyond. As bat mitzvah, I am responsible for the mitzvah of learning, and I will fulfill that mitzvah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu la'asok b'divrei Torah.
Amen.
Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who has made us holy with your commandments and commanded us to be occupied with words of Torah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam hamlamed Torah la'amcha Yisrael. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who teaches Torah to your people Israel.
So as we prepare to pass Torah from one generation to the next, I invite to come to the bima to open the ark, Abby Imley, Andrew Lutz and Ashley Mendez, and as long with Tracy and Eric, who will share a special blessing, and will pass the Torah down as well. We're on page 364. Page 364, please stand if you're able.
שאו שערים ראשיכם ושאו פתחי עולם ויבוא מלך הכבוד. מיהו זה מלך הכבוד? אדוני צבאות ומלך הכבוד.
Lillian. Oh, wow. Look at all these people. We are so proud of all you have done to reach this day. When you were 4.5 years old, here it comes, your father needed some medicine that had to be given through a surgically implanted IV line in his chest. This story, the PICC line. For a few weeks every morning, your dad had to cover this PICC line so he could shower. Guess which 4-year-old volunteered, eager to help cover it up? You. With glee, you reveled in the chance to help your dad while thriving on the responsibility to do such an important task. With joy, dedication, and pride, you woke up extra early, skipping into our room every morning, earnestly looking forward to what you proudly owned as your job. I fondly remember your little 3-foot-high self standing in front of your 6-foot-tall dad, smiling ear to ear in our bathroom with a roll of paper medical tape in one hand, dressing in the other, and 100% bliss on your face. You actually also wanted to sterilely prep the PICC line and give your dad injections in it, but we drew the line at that. This story exactly reflects who you are as a person. Kind, compassionate, stepping in when you see a need with a joyous attitude and a caring spirit. Also, you are bold, ready to learn and try new things. You focus on the results you want, and then you take what it takes to get you there. You believe in yourself, and you are confident in the ability that you will be able to figure things out as you go, and you do, with a smile on your face, a skip in your step, and always caring for others along the way. 9 years later, it's no wonder that you chose a medical mission in Jamaica to be your mitzvah project, going to help those that are very much in need in extreme weather conditions with a smile on your face and steadfast resolve to do whatever it takes to help, even in harsh conditions. As you progress into adulthood, we have many wishes for you. May you use your fierce instinct to protect others to also protect yourself. May you climb the highest mountain and know that you have the strength to keep on going, even when you may be tempted to quit. May your love of fun, games, and laughter allow you to find the joy in all you do. May you continue to forge your own path, even if it is different from others. May you understand that we all fail and make mistakes, and that these often are life's greatest treasures, as long as you choose to learn from them. May you know that the most important thing in life is to be a nice person. May you know that you may quit, but not on a hard day. May you continue to embody the qualities of loyalty, truth, and honesty. May you remember that the blessing is in the journey. And lastly, may you always know that we love you. I would like to take a time to pause for a moment and recognize this amazing gathering of people that have come here to support you and all you have accomplished in this 13 years. Look at all of them.
Okay. Hi, Caroline.
Mazel tov.
Oh, hugs.
Hugs. Oh, I love you.
We now take this special scroll with its important history and pass it from one generation to the next.
כי מציון תצא תורה, כי מציון תצא תורה, ודבר אדוני מירושלים. ברוך שנתן תורה תורה, ברוך שנתן תורה תורה, לעמו ישראל בקדושתו. שמע ישראל אדוני אלוהינו, אדוני אחד. אחד אלוהינו, גדול אדוננו, קדוש שמו. גדול אדוני איתי, ונרוממה שמו יחדיו. לך אדוני הגדולה, הגדולה והתפארת, והנצח וההוד. כי כל בשמיים ובארץ, כי כל בשמיים ובארץ, לך אדוני הממלכה, והמתנשא לכל ראש. על שלושה דברים, על שלושה דברים, על שלושה דברים העולם עומד. שלושה דברים, על שלושה דברים, על שלושה דברים העולם עומד. על התורה ועל העבודה, על גמילות חסדים. על התורה ועל העבודה, ועל גמילות חסדים. על שלושה דברים, על שלושה דברים, על שלושה דברים העולם עומד. על שלושה דברים, על שלושה דברים. Be seated. שלושה דברים העולם עומד.
Lillian will be chanting verses from Parashat Toldot. You can follow along on the Torah text and translation sheet that you should have in front of you. And she will be inviting members of her family and friends to come up and to honor us by blessing the Torah.
Good job.
I need this.
Yeah.
So as Rabbi just mentioned, throughout Lillian's readings of Torah today, she will be inviting many members of her family to literally come up, Aliyah la Torah, to come up to the Torah and to bless each of these readings. For the first Aliyah, Lillian calls on Jeff Ofgang, Jeremy Stoller, Stacy Shoshan, and Sarah Edelman. Yamdu, Yehuda Melech ben Avram, Yosef Shmuel ben Daniel veMalka Chana, Chava Sophia bat Yehoshua v'Leah, Sarah bat Hershel, Aliyah LaTorah. If you come to that side, perfect.
Move this a little bit.
Are we in the right place? Perfect. All right, you ready? 1, 2, 3. Baruch Adonai Amorach Leolam Vaed.
Baruch Adonai Hamorach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Amen.
It's okay, Sage.
Amen. Vayahi ki zaken yitzhak v'tichena ve'enav b'merot. Vayikra et Esav beno hagadol. Vayomer elav beni. Vayomer enav hineni. Vayomer hinena zakanti. Lo yadati yomoti. Ve'ata sanachel nachelecha telecha ve'kashtecha etzutze hasadeh etzudali sa'id. Ve'aseli matamim ka'asher ahavti ve'chevetti ve'chavia li ve'ochela ba'avur tevarechecha nafshi beterem amut. When Isaac was old and his eyes were too dim to see, he called his older son Esau and said to him, "My son," he answered, "Here I am." And he said, "I am old now, and I do not know how soon I may die. Take your gear, your quiver and bow, and go out into the open and hunt me some game. Then prepare a dish for me such as I like, and bring it to me to eat, so that I may give you my innermost blessing before I die."
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torat emet v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah. Amen.
Kiss the kid. Great job. Come on over to this side. You can wait over here. For the second Aliyah, Lillian would like to invite Leonore Motley, Donald Motley, Connie Berg, Suzanne Motley, Derek Walters, and Josephine Imhoff. Yamdu Liora Mayan bat Immanuel, David Isor ben Moshe Verina, Chana bat Immanuel, Rafaela Levana bat David Isor v'Liora Mayan, Doron ben Baruch, Yael Hashmi bat Herbert veLouise, Aliyah LaTorah.
Baruch Adonai Hamorach.
Baruch Adonai Hamorach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamorach le'olam va'ed. Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Amen. Verivka shomat bedaber Yitzhak el Esav beno vayelech Esav hasadeh letzud Sayid lechavi. Verivka amra el Yaakov bena lemor hineni. Hine shamati et avicha medaber el Esav achicha lemor. Havia li Said ve'aseh li matamim ve'ochela ve'averchecha Lifnei Adonai, lifnei moti. Rebekah had been listening as Isaac spoke to his son Esau. When Esau had gone out into the open to hunt game to bring home, Rebekah said to her son Jacob, I overheard your father speaking to your brother Esau, saying, Bring me some game and prepare a dish for me to eat so that I may bless you with the Lord's approval before I die.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torat emet, v'chayei olam natan b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai, noten haTorah.
Amen. Kiss the kid. You can go be seated. Thank you very much. And for the third Aliyah, Lillian would like to invite to the Torah her immensely proud parents, Eric and Tracy Imley. Yamdu Shlomo Peretz ben David Isor v'Liora Mayan, Gabriela Reina bat Avram v'Sara, Aliyah LeTorah. Kiss her afterward.
Wow, thanks, Cantor.
All right, I got a prayer to do here. You ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
Baruch hu et Adonai hamvorah. Baruch Adonai hamvorach le'olam va'ed. Baruch Adonai hamvorach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bahar banu mikol hamim, v'na'atan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah. Amen.
Amen. Ve'ata v'ni shema bekoli asher ani metzavaotach. Lechna el hatzon ve'kachli misham. Shenei gedaye izim tovim ve'esei otam matamim le'avicha ka'asher ahev. Ve'cheveta le'avicha ve'ochal Avur asher yavarchecha lifnei moto. Now, my son, listen carefully as I instruct you. Go to the flock and fetch me 2 choice kids, and I will make of them a dish for your father, such as he likes. Then take it to your father to eat, in order that he may bless you before he dies.
Yep.
Gonna bless me before you die.
I got another prayer to do here. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torat emet, v'chayei olam natan b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai
Noten haTorah. Amen. Kiss your kid. Thank you, guys. You can go be seated. And for the fourth and final Aliyah, Lillian would like to invite herself for the first time as Bat Mitzvah to bless this portion. Ta'amod, 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 habachura bat hamitzvah, lior chedi, bat Shlomo Peretz וגבריאל הרינה, חזק חזק ונתחזק.
Baruch hu et Adonai hamborach.
Baruch Adonai hamborach leolam vaed.
Baruch Adonai hambarach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim. Ve'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'torah. Amen. Vayomer Yaakov el Rivka imo. Hein Esav ahi ish sair. Ve'anohi ish halak. Ulai yamusheni avi. Ve'chayiti be'enav kimtatea. Ve'cheveti alai kelelah ve'lo bracha. Atomer lo imo alai kelelatcha beni ach shema bekoli velechkachli. Vayelech vayikat vayave leimo vatas imo matamim kasher ahev aviv. Okay. Jacob answered his mother Rebekah, "But my brother Esau is a hairy man, and I am smooth-skinned. If my father touches me, I shall appear to him as a trickster." Dad, stop laughing. "And bring upon myself a curse, not a blessing." But his mother said to him, "Your curse, my son, be upon me. Just do as I say and go fetch them for me." He got them and brought them to his mother, and his mother prepared a dish such as his father liked. Okay. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam nata b'tolchenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'torah. Amen.
I invite you to please turn to page 370 and please stand if you are able. As I lift the Torah, and you can see the words that Lillian chanted just so beautifully.
I got it. וזאת התורה אשר שם משה לפני בני ישראל על פי אדוני ביד משה. וזאת התורה, וזאת התורה, וזאת התורה אשר שם משה, וזאת התורה אשר שם משה לפני בני ישראל, לפני בני ישראל. וזאת התורה, 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 וזאת התורה. You may be seated.
Okay. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
This week's Torah portion is Toldot, and it comes from Genesis chapters 25 through 28. This portion is about twin brothers named Jacob and Esau. Just like many other sets of twins, they don't get along very well. We discover this early in the story when they are fighting in the womb of their mother, Rebekah, and the fighting continues for a long time after their birth. Several years later, when Esau comes in tired from a long day of hunting, he sees that Jacob has made soup. When Esau says that he would do anything for a bowl of soup, Jacob demands that he sell his birthright to him. Many years later, Esau is out hunting game for his father, Isaac, his father. While Esau is away, Jacob tricks his father, Isaac, into thinking that he is Esau and gets the blessing of the firstborn.
Afterwards, when Esau comes back to the house with freshly killed game, he finds that there is no blessing for him. He becomes very angry and vows to kill Jacob once his father dies, forcing Jacob to flee. If you think about it, a family would have to be really messed up to be in a place where one brother isn't just threatening to kill the other, but promising to, forcing the other sibling to leave. This later caused them to become not only warring siblings, but warring nations, and affected not only them, but their descendants as well. The part of this Torah portion that interests me most is the way that siblings get along, or in this case, don't, and how that behavior can lead to entire nations being at war. Being a sibling can be hard, but Jacob and Esau are more of a guideline for how not to behave. Jacob, being selfish, stole the blessing of the firstborn from his brother. When Esau realized what Jacob had done, he vowed to kill his brother, and meant it. Neither sibling had empathy for each other or looked out for each other. Whoa. Oh, there's another paragraph on that page. Okay. Earlier this year, my mom and I went to Jamaica with a group called the Alliance of Jamaican and American Humanitarianism, or AOJA. We went with some family friends because they had gone the year before and recommended it to us. While we were there, we went to remote villages and provided medical care for the people there. They saw doctors, like my mom, and and got medication from the pharmacy, where I worked. When I was in Jamaica, everyone was there to help each other. At the clinics, there were people who were there to pick up prescriptions for neighbors who had had to leave. Even people who pretended to be parents of children because the child's actual parent couldn't be there, even though it wasn't allowed. This is a very good example of an antidote to the model we see of warring nations that descended from Jacob and Esau, because they had made a society in which, although they have very difficult living conditions, they help to boost each other up and support each other. There is much that a family can do to make sure that sibling rivalry does not lead to major dysfunction, and instead leads to a community of love and support like I witnessed in Jamaica. Abby, my little sister, and I have argued in the past, but our relationship continues to build and be strong because we work out our issues and try to empathize with each other. Families should attempt to work out issues between siblings and try to show children equal affection. The main thing I learned from this Torah portion is that there is a real impact on how you treat others. Because Jacob stole Esau's birthright and his blessing, they became warring nations. This Torah portion highlights what can come from two people who treat each other with contempt and callousness. Using what I witnessed in Jamaica and with my own sister as an example, a much better way is to be caring and respectful towards each other. Please join me in singing Shechechianu.
We could do that.
Great.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehechianu v'hiranu v'higianu lazman hazeh. Amen.
Great.
Nice job. Stay here.
Oh,
You're not going anywhere.
Okay.
What just did that?
Wasn't my fault.
Gail.
Gail.
You don't touch. Don't touch. Gail, don't touch.
Stop playing with them.
Eric, do something about that. She's your coach. She's your co-president. Do something about that.
Dad isn't allowed to get Gail in trouble because Dad doesn't like
I'm not
engaging
going to
in
talk until we know
arguing.
that our sound is good.
Yeah, we should be fine.
We're good, okay. I invite you to please stand if you're able as we return the Sefer Torah to the Ark, and as I have the opportunity to give Lillian a special blessing in front of the open the Ark. Hallelujah, Shem Adonai, Ki Niskav Shemo Levado. Let us praise the name of Adonai, for God's name alone is exalted.
Am kerovo
love to spend evenings at your home around the dinner table because I imagine that there is so much joy and exuberance and laughter that happens at that table that it just must be so infectious. Because, yes, because I spend time with your dad and he laughs a lot, and I spend time with your mom and she laughs a lot. When you were talking about your sister Abby, you didn't see, but she was laughing a lot. And as they say, laughter can be the best medicine. And I know that Lillian, that the joy that you bring to everything that you do, when you walk into a room and just fill it with laughter and joy, that's a sort of presence that makes other people feel good, makes people feel comfortable, and helps to bring that healing of mind or spirit maybe when someone is down. Now Lillian, you are the last of this Bat Mitzvah class. It's been a wonderful year celebrating with your classmates and our Bar Mitzvah year with our family as well. And you have brought such honor to this class and to our congregation with all that you do. I loved when we were talking in my study about some of the things that excite you, whether it's robotics or dance, or when you were talking about this trip that you took to Jamaica with your mom and just how extraordinary that was. I don't know too many people your age who get to go on humanitarian missions. That's what it really was. These are things that college students and adults and old people like me and your mom and your dad normally do. But you got to do that because you are a generally caring and kind person, as shown from the early time in your life all the way through this day. So Lillian, what I hope that you take from this day and from this experience, one thing that I hope that you don't take away as much is that the way that Jacob and Esau treat each other, I hope that you actually take that model and just turn it on its head so you and Abby can be loving, kind, loving sisters. What's that? You've gotten over that stage? That's good. Okay, good. Okay. I hope maybe. I hope that's the case, all right? Come and see me in 10 years and tell me how it's going, okay? But to be that kind sister that you are, to be the kind and loving daughter and granddaughter that you are, to always laugh. I don't think I have to tell you to do that. But to just bring this joyful, exuberant presence into all that you do. So I could go on for a lot longer, but I think you just might just like laugh and laugh and laugh. And really, exactly. So I just want to say Mazel Tov, and I want to share with you this blessing called Birkat Kohanim, words that come right from this Torah portion, words that we say to every person who becomes Bar Bat Mitzvah on this bima at special occasions like this. Okay. Yivarecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. May God bless you and keep you. Ya'er Adonai. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka. May God's face shine brightly upon you and be very good to you. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May God reach out to you, giving you the gifts of love, of joy, of course of laughter, and the gift of peace. Amen.
Amen. Chaim hi lamachazikim ba v'tomcheha meushar deracheha ivoteha shalom hashivenu Adonai elecha v'nashuva Chadesh yameinu Chadesh yameinu kekedem.
Please be seated.
So Lillian, hi. What a beautiful chanting and teaching you shared with us today. But more importantly, I think what's beautiful is the love and the joy with which you approached this day, even when it wasn't so easy at times, and the love and the joy that surrounds you in this room. For what you are doing today is you are carrying on a very important tradition. And you are standing here and showing that you are ready to take those reins that your parents have been teaching you about throughout your young life, that your grandparents have been demonstrating in their lives to you, that your whole family and all of your friends can't wait to see what you do with. And as you take those reins, you truly are creating your own story. And that Jewish story, that chapter in the book of the Jewish people, in our own living Torah, that chapter that will show us such wonderful and joyful things. So I offer you this blessing that you might take today as a starting point, for today is not a culmination. It's a starting point to all the amazing things that you will do in your life. We are gifts and we are blessings. We are His story in song. We are hope and we are healing. We are learning to be strong. We are words and we are stories. We are pictures of the past. We are carriers of wisdom, not the first and not the last. Lidor vador nagid godlecha. Lidor vador, we protect this chain. From generation to generation, Lidor vador, your lips will praise God's name. Looking back on the journey that we carry in our hearts, from the shadow of the mountain to the waters that would part. We are blessed and we are holy. We are children of God's way. And these words that bring us meaning, we will have the strength to say, Lidor vador nagid godlecha. Lidor vador, you'll protect this chain. From generation to generation, Lidor vador, these lips will praise God's name. Lidor vador, help me to bless Lillian. Lidor vador nagid godlecha. Lidor vador nagid godlecha. We protect this chain. Lidor vador, we protect this chain from generation to generation. From generation to generation. Lidor vador, these lips will praise your name. gentle, keep being a gift, and keep receiving praise.
Gail Schwartz, who is our co-president along with Eric Imley, has been representing our board of directors on our BEMA this afternoon. I'd like to invite her to present a few gifts and say a few words to Lillian.
Do you have a list, Rabbi? Just saying. Okay. Just, okay.
These are the folks that usually ask me before they come up and present it right here. So, actually, you know what? Where's that list over there? There was one that was hanging out right here. If you really want
Is it really?
Can't throw it away. Just see what's in there.
I'll figure it out. Okay. So, Lillian, I've got a question for you, since you get to seem to ask all the questions.
Okay.
So, if I'm co-president with your dad, does that make me your co-dad? Just
Could
wondering.
be like my honorary half-father.
Okay, I will take that. Honorary half-father.
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. Well, on behalf of the Board of Directors and this entire congregation, we want to just say Mazal Tov. You did a fabulous day. You've made us all proud.
Sorry.
No, I think it's great. Okay. So let's see. So now it's a chance for actually us to give you some more gifts.
Oh, yay.
Gifts are good.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what we have. Okay. So we have this lovely Bat Mitzvah certificate. This was designed by our very own Alyssa Wagner.
Yay!
She's sitting over there. Oh, that's Sarah over there. Sorry. And that is lovely, and I'm sure it'll be framed and put in a lovely prominent part of your house.
Yeah.
Yes. And a $250 gift certificate from Nifty to go towards an Israel trip with Nifty. Oops. And because you don't have enough books in your house, I am sure.
No, definitely not.
No, definitely not. The first is the set of High Holiday Maksurim, the brand new set. It's cute. Just for you, and I bet there's a little name in it.
Oh, it has my name in it.
It has your name in it. And from the LA Jewish Federation, we have the book Israel Matters for you to read and enjoy. And also, okay, so from Rabbi, we have this lovely book, Tough Questions That Jews Ask, by the Honorable and wonderful Rabbi Edward Feinstein. So I just want to say congratulations and Mazal Tov. Are you ready to party now?
Yeah. I think I have to give a thank you speech first.
Oh, okay.
Almost.
So I'll put these back under here. Almost.
I wasn't kidding.
Oh.
Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you. That's okay. Cool. Sorry. Wait, one more guy. I'd like to invite Jordan Davidson to present a gift on behalf of our senior youth group called Speedy.
Hi, Jordan. Hey, let me get the speech up.
Dear Lillian, for those in the crowd who don't know me, my name is Jordan Davidson, and I am the 9th grade representative of Speedy, our Temple Youth Group. Speedy is a part of NIFTY, the Northern American Federation of Temple Youth, and represents a portion of NIFTY's Southern California region. High schoolers from San Diego to San Luis Obispo attend fun and educational events hosted by our NIFTY region throughout the year, and we hope that you'll choose to join Speedy in the future. New members of NIFTY are given a necklace with a bead, and they continue to collect beads when they go to NIFTY events. Many NIFTYites elect to adorn their necklaces with charms, and in anticipation of you going to your NIFTY events, Speedy would like to give you a charm.
Thank you.
Mazel tov.
Thank you. I have a hug.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Jordan. Okay. I would like to thank the following for their gifts, their hope, and their support. So first, the Temple Bethel Sisterhood for the Kiddush Cup that I received last night. The Board of Directors for the Bat Mitzvah certificate and for the High Holy Days prayer books. Gail Schwartz for lending my mom one of her talits. So I remembered. The North American Federation of Temple Youth for the $250 gift certificate for a trip to Israel after my confirmation year. The Los Angeles Jewish Federation for the book Israel Matters. Rabbi Briskin for the book Tough Questions Jews Ask. Rabbi Briskin, again, for helping me gain deeper understanding of my Devar Torah and thoughtful and calm support during this process. Cantor Davidson for not only helping me learn my Torah portion, but also for fixing the internet crisis in my home with his cell phone. And most importantly, for your caring motivation and your patience. Debbie Rowe for creating a warm, caring environment to learn and be Jewish, and all the warm hugs. Gail Schwartz for being the Board of Directors representative at my Bat Mitzvah, and for your encouragement and cookies when we go to your house. My mom, my dad, and Abby for always being there for me. And this isn't on here, but my grandparents, because they were like the big part in this. And you guys did a really good job. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And Jordan Davidson for being the representative. Yeah.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So Lily, on behalf of everyone, you're welcome. Thank you. So it really has been such a joy celebrating Shabbat this afternoon and celebrating her becoming Bat Mitzvah, and we just look forward to many wonderful and fun times in the years ahead. So thank you, Lillian. So a couple of announcements before we begin to conclude our service. Okay, is this the Havdalah crew? Yep. Okay, wow, they're right on cue. That's amazing. Okay. All right, so these fine people here are going to be passing out these little spice sachets. So immediately after our closing song, we will be celebrating the ritual of Havdalah. And that word comes from the word which means to separate. And it's a way that we separate Shabbat and the holiness of Shabbat as we go into the new week ahead. And we celebrate with a very short ritual with candles and wine and the spices that you will get to sniff and enjoy the fragrance of in just a few minutes. A couple of notes for immediately following the very end of the service. We're going to ask, Tracy, just want to make sure you have drivers, right? Okay, so at the very end of the service, if you have been asked to drive a child over to the DoubleTree, I'm going to ask you to meet, I was going to say in that corner, but that corner is very busy, so just sort of like, right back where those seats are in the back there. Okay, just try to gather over there. Drivers, actually, no, I'm going to change it. Drivers and kids are going to meet up here, okay? If you're a driver or a kid who needs a ride, come right up here on the bima so we can match you up. I think that everyone has been assigned or designated, but don't worry, the cantor and I are the last ones out, and we make sure here at Temple Bethel no child is left behind. Every time.
Had to go there.
See, I said it 3 times, Eric, and you still like it, huh? It's like it's the first time.
He's an easy mark.
And then for those who are going to the Medeo room at the DoubleTree Hotel, it's about a 10-minute drive from here. very easy to get to. Just put Doubletree Hilton on Via Cabrillo, the marina, and you'll be able to get there if you don't have directions. Because I don't think, if you don't have directions, then you can ask one of us. But before we get to this point, we do have a couple of other prayers that are still part of our service. Also, when we do get to Havdalah, I'm going to invite all of the Temple Bethel Torah School kids who are here today to come up on the beam and help us with Havdalah and to say Motzi at the very end of the service. Thank you, Abby. Excellent. Wow, okay.
Oh, okay. Wait, do you have a little sachet?
So just put these, you need this in about 7 minutes or so. Oh, and glow sticks.
I know,
wow,
that's
glow
cool,
sticks.
huh?
Okay, so this is for the light, this is for the scent, and you gonna pass out wine for everyone? Yeah. You got a little wine for everyone? You got a little? Later, okay. Our concluding prayers begin with Aleinu on page 586. Please stand if you are able.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשינו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
On page 595. There are stars up above, so far away, we only see their light long, long after the star itself is gone. And so it is with people that we loved. Their memories keep shining ever brightly, though their time with us is done. But the stars that light up the darkest night, these are the lights that guide us. As we live our days, these are the ways we remember. As we prepare to say Kaddish Yatom, the mourner's Kaddish, on page 598, we hold in our hearts those who are here with us only in spirit and not in body, especially Lillian's grandfather, Jim Imhoff. And if anyone here is observing the first 30 days of mourning or the first 7 days of mourning, or is observing the anniversary of the death of a loved one, if you'd like to say that person's name aloud, please do so. My hand goes around the room. Yep. Zichronam Livracha, may their memories be for a blessing. Please join Lillian on page 598 as we join together.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, בעלמא דברה חירותי וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, בעגלה ובזמן קריב אמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם ולעולמי עלמיה. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא. ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקדושה בריחו. לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דאמירן בעלמא ואמרו אמן. יהי שלום רבה מן שמיה, וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום, עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן.
May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us and to all Israel, to which we say Amen.
Amen.
You can put your prayer books down as we reach out to one another as we conclude with Oseh Shalom.
עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. Shabbat shalom. Mazel tov.
All of Lillian's Torah school
Shabbat
classes
shalom.
come on up and help us with
So
Havdalah.
proud of
Just
you.
stay in your seats and we will continue in just a moment. You can break those sticks of yours. Get the light up. If you want to follow along with the words, they're on page 600 and something. I'm going to find them for a second.
Okay.
Come on.
Lily, you're going to hold the candle
Where's Havdalah?
when it's time.
Kendra, do you know where Havdalah is?
In the Siddur?
Yeah, thank you, in the Siddur. Should have found this before. Hold on a second. Yeah.
Page 610.
Thank you. Page 610 for Havdalah.
Actually, sorry. 612.
Blessings as we
612.
get farewell to Shabbat.
Yai lai la 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 lai 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 la 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 lai lai ya la la lai 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 ya la lai ya la lai yai lai la 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 lai 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 la 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 lai lai ya la la lai 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 ya la lai ya la lai Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen borei peri hagafen Yai lai la 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 lai 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 la 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 lai lai ya la la lai 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 ya la lai ya la lai Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei minei vesamim borei minei vesamim Yai lai la 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 lai 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 la 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 lai lai ya la la lai ya la lai ya la lai Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei meorei ha'esh borei meorei ha'esh lai lai la 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 lai lai ya lai la 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 lai lai ya la la lai 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 ya la lai ya la lai Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam המבדיל בין קודש לחול, בין אור לחושך, בין ישראל לעמים, בין יום השביעי לששת ימי המעשה. ברוך אתה אדוני, המבדיל בין קודש לחול. המבדיל בין קודש לחול, חטאותינו ימחול. זרענו וכספנו ירבה כחול, והכוכבים בלילה. שבוע טוב, 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 שבוע טוב. A good week, a week of peace. May gladness reign and joy increase. A good week, a week of peace. May gladness reign and joy increase. Eliyahu Hanavi, Eliyahu Hatishmi, Eliyahu, Eliyahu, Eliyahu Agiladi, Bimera Beyamenu, Yavo Eleinu, Mashiach ben David, Mashiach ben David, Eliyahu Hanavi, Eliyahu Hatishmi, Eliyahu, Eliyahu, Eliyahu Agiladi. Shavua Tov, Mazel Tov, everyone.
Say motzi for a second. All right, guys. We'll say motzi. We'll say our blessing over the bread. Everyone come on close. Touch the challah.
Touch the challah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz Shabbat tov. Shavua tov, everyone. Mazel tov.
Unaccompanied minors, those who need rides, come up onto the bima, and all the parental drivers, come up. Those who are driving kids and those kids who need rides, come on up here. Sorry about space on that. Oh no, that's fine, that's fine. I know it's not regular yet. We don't have enough of these to make it regular. Yeah. Well, you actually found it in the book, though, right? Okay, good. Good. Yeah, the other thing is the 15 cent. Oh, that. Yeah, absolutely, Okay. Would it help to, I mean, are you down here not on Fridays? We'll just try to meet, like, before Friday service. It's probably the easiest, right before. She was here last night. So you know what? So
5 children. We can take 5 of them. Because we're sending ours.
Okay, I'm gonna have Tracy organize. Yeah, so I don't know who's. I guess they're all.
Beautiful spots are 3, 6 Jessica. I'm gonna text it to you right now.
And you know something? 17, 14, I was 17, my other 17. And I just said to Dina, when I joined this family, the very first day, and then oh my God. I love it. It's wonderful. All right, I thought we can take 5. Wow. Let me see. 66 yards.
Wow. That one drive in the fourth quarter. Hey, Av.
What? Hello, Kyle.
All right. Where's your mother? Oh, there she is.
Points with no offensive touchdowns.
It's just still kind of
Yeah,
center line.
yeah. Are you? All right. Too late.
No. I was been picking it up off the floor everywhere.
Don't worry about it. Adam, this is part of Adam's routine. He knows. At least it's not that as crispy as other ones. The ones that they make for half pint, we use one in here, and it's so, that's so crispy. It's a god awful mess. So.
Okay. Are we on?
Yeah.
Okay, never mind then.
Actually, I don't know if the live stream is still on too. It might be. Exactly.
I was undoing what I had already started here. That's why I jumped with it.
You are my